Tehrani, coming to you from CTIA 2010 here in Las Vegas. Today on our program we'll be speaking with Ross Cassan, who is the Senior Product Marketing Manager for Spirent. Ross, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rich.
So it's been a while since I've talked to your company, and I'm excited to hear what's new in the world of testing and beyond.
Yeah, well, at Spirent, we focus at enabling our carrier and network equipment manufacturer customers in enabling them to launch products faster to market with better quality. And here at CTIA, when you look around, you see a lot about the new services that are being deployed on mobile networks. And we need to step back and look at what the effects of those are on the network itself.
Well, I can tell you, it's slowing them down.
That's exactly it. If you look at an application like video, some of the analysts that we're talking to are saying, it's now about 2/3 of the network traffic on the networks here in North America, and that's putting considerable strain on the legacy network infrastructure.
So how are you helping?
Well, what we're seeing is there's got to be an evolutionary step or revolutionary step in the network architecture, and we're seeing the technology like Ethernet and IP replacing TDM and ATM technologies. And the way that we're helping is, IP and Ethernet were never designed originally to support mobile services and the quality that's required to deliver mobile networks and mobile services. And so what we're doing with Spirent is enabling network equipment manufacturers and service providers to test the latest generation protocols that are allowing things like synchronization within the mobile network. Now, synchronization is important so that as mobile users move through the network, that they can hand off from cell site to cell site.
So is that synchronization over Ethernet as opposed to legacy
that's
network?
Right. So there's a few new protocols involved, so synchronous Ethernet and IEEE 1588, which are enabling the replacement of the TDM synchronization that was inherent in that network, and allowing the transition to an all IP or all Ethernet mobile backhaul network.
And as this transition continues, what sorts of problems are carriers running into above and beyond what we've just discussed? Are there others?
Yeah, so the transition is just starting now, and there's a few key areas. One is, how do we manage these networks, and in terms of looking at the different services. In the past we had very few services on the mobile network. We had voice, we had SMS, but if we look at what's happening here at CTIA, they're talking about video services, banking services, all types of different services that we can leverage the mobile broadband network for, and these require different quality of service levels, and so underlying network architecture needs to be there to support that hasn't been there in the past. So things like MPLS are becoming prevalent in the mobile access network, and so Spirent enables again the network equipment manufacturers and service providers to test those protocols as they're developed, as they're developing, and as they roll out these networks.
So basically speeding up time to market and allowing less problems in the network.
So speeding up time to market and quality of market.
So really allowing consumers to have a better experience on these networks.
Exactly.
Reduce churn.
Exactly. So we even move to that level where once we've created these protocols and are emulating different nodes within the network to test a specific piece of the network, we can then run a quality of experience metric over top of that by running stateful video, stateful voice, and stateful application traffic over that network.
So kind of like the "Can you hear me now" guy from
Exactly.
Verizon, except with a laptop,
except a million
running
times
around the country. Okay, but these are mobile, right? Or not mobile?
Yeah, so we're actually focused in the lab environment.
Okay.
So emulating the traffic from the mobile network from a city, so that a network manufacturer can build a device, or that a service provider can test an application or service before they deploy it.
Does that give you the real world problems that you would encounter, such as interference and things like that?
That's exactly what we create. We create real world scenarios in the lab to enable the users, to enable the service providers to know what it's going to be like when they actually turn it on in the real world.
So in terms of getting the word out about these products, what are some of the things that you're doing to make sure that carriers know about these new products and the network equipment providers?
We've been focused on working definitely a lot in the labs with these network equipment providers and carriers as well as focusing on the different standards and standards organizations. So as the standards developed, we're there in partnership with the service providers and network equipment manufacturers to help them bring these products to market faster and with better quality.
Well, it's very exciting, and thanks for making our wireless networks better and allowing them to have better quality. We'll be watching closely, and hopefully we'll see you on future shows at future events.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.